Boys and Amigos, this is Terra. We're back with another episode of Major Minor Mobile Edition. Now, where we last left off, we learned a new character is taking place and is the son of the almighty and powerful immortal king. And also, we were sent back to Terra. I don't know why. Now, before I begin, if you want, you can skip to this annotation right here on the video because I'm going to be talking about my sweet roomies real quick. So if you don't want to hear me blabbering, just skip to that annotation right there on the video. So, my sweet roomies. I'm going to have to end that series at the last episode because I got a new phone. And since I got this new phone, my save data was not able to be transferred over to my new phone. My old phone had all my save data. Major Minor, it was easy to go to, back to where I was. It wasn't able to be saved, but it was easy to go back to. If My Heart Had His Wings was easy to go back to, I didn't have my save data on there. And White Island Season 1, I was able to go back to that because that had cloud save. So that was easy to go to. With the visual novels for Major Minor and If My Heart Had Wings, all I had to do was hold the screen for a while until it got to the point where I was. I didn't have to wait for stuff to fill my stamina in order to read and keep going on. And Major Minor took me like an hour to get back to, and If My Heart Had Wings like maybe 20 minutes or so. So they were easy to get back to. If my sweet roomies, I would literally have to play for about a month straight in order to get back to where I was. So to not do that, I'm going to end my sweet roomies on the last episode. Unless people wanting the series back, then I will work to go back to where I was. Otherwise, my sweet roomies ends off at the last episode of where it was. I'm sorry, but that's the way it has to be. Alright, enough blabbering on. Hopefully that made sense. I'm terrible at explaining stuff. Let's see how it goes. Where am I? What's going on? Wasn't I supposed to be in Terra by now? Last time this happened, it was almost instant. But I don't feel the rush of inertia either. It's almost as if I'm not moving at all. That's certainly counterproductive. Especially if I was needed in Terra. I hear a voice, and I feel my feet touch the ground. Was someone calling out to me? I quickly face the direction that it came from. It sounds like someone panicking, calling for help. But as I chase after it, it gets worse. Suddenly, that one voice multiplies. It isn't long until I can't even hear my own thoughts. It's as if millions of voices are bombarding me at once. The sheer volume brings me to my knees. I cover my ears, but this does next to nothing. It's almost like the voices were in my own head. Are these the voices of the people I have to save? Or could it be something else? What's going on? I scream, begging them to stop, but nothing happens. The canopy of voices continue to assault me. It feels like an eternity before they start to subside. But when they do, I'm utterly confused. The sight before me hurts my mind even more. Rocker! Hey, buddy! It's been a while, man. Damn! It's so good to see you again! I mean... I have a bad feeling about this now. Hey, Taylor! I'm so glad to see you again! Rocker? But didn't Sin say that he was murdered? With everything that happened, I thought Max did it. You're right! Max did kill me! I hate myself for trusting her like that. But it's already done. I can't go back. I know, it's terrible. Ask him what he's doing here. I wonder if he knows where we are. I really don't know anything. In fact, I was going to ask you. It seems like you're important. Ever since Max killed me, it's almost like we've been connected. I've been seeing things through your eyes. But I've been hearing all these voices too. So I don't think I'm the only one. Seeing things through my eyes? That doesn't make any sense. There are way too many voices. But sometimes,
You can make them out. They're definitely watching you as well. It's one of the reasons I'm not scared. I don't feel like I'm really dead. Like, perhaps I can get out of here. Do you know anything about that? I would really like to go back home and not be murdered and killed brutally. A lot of people miss me right now.
I have to give him bad news. In fact, I was just as confused as he was.
That's unfortunate. I was hoping you would have some information, but I guess that was too much to ask for.
No, don't leave. No, don't leave. No. He starts to fade away. Rocker, please, no.
Well, I keep thinking one thing. If this really is the afterlife, then maybe I'll get to meet him again.
No, please don't. Please don't go. Hey, don't go. We still need to talk. I shout as loud as I can. No. Your bond with Rocker was strong enough. Hey! Oh! Hey! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Was it because I talked to him instead of Acheron? That one time? Oh, that's so nice. It seems like my desire was enough to bring him back. He looks around confusingly. I guess we both don't know what happened.
That's odd. It felt like you were fading away. Another moment I would have lost you. I'm glad to have you back. I wasn't ready to end that conversation. There's just so much to talk about.
From my viewpoint, he was the one fading away. But good thing you're still here. It's good to see a familiar face.
Oh, is that so? Well, we probably shouldn't question it.
Smart idea.
I think that's barking up the wrong tree.
I agree. Everything about this was impossible. One question would lead to an infinite amount of them. It was best to stick to things we knew as facts.
Well, I saw what happened. It seems that Max didn't stop at me. I can't imagine what you must have felt. Being forced to make a choice like that? I had to close my eyes, to be honest. Nobody should be put through that. But I guess Keela lives another day. We should try to focus on the positives.
I smell and admire his optimism. Things were a little more complicated for me, and the bomb scenario was likely just the beginning.
Did you know that Max has a list? At first, I didn't know what it was, but it's clear that it's her hit list.
A hit list? So she did plan every aspect of this. I asked Rocker who else was on the list. Perhaps I could use the information to my advantage.
She showed it to me just before I died, but honestly, it's all a blur.
Great!
Let me think about it for a moment.
He rests his paw on his chin and starts to ponder. Several moments pass before he starts to speak. When he does, he lists the names of my friends. Everybody under the roof of the convention center. Except for me, though. My name is mysteriously absent. I ask him why that is, assuming that maybe he forgot.
No, it definitely wasn't there. I remember that part vividly. Maybe you are special. Special enough to be spared, at least.
I'm not sure if that was meant to be reassuring, but close enough. Nevertheless, I thank him before moving on.
You think you remember all of that? It's probably best to tell Acheron.
Ooh, I wouldn't be so sure.
Maybe he can make more of that information.
Again, I wouldn't be so sure. It wouldn't be hard for me to remember. Everybody but me is all I'd have to say. But I wonder why I wasn't on her hit list. Did it have to do with me being the savior? I shrug my shoulders and assume that I'm correct. She said she wanted to teach me some lessons. I doubt that taking my life was part of that equation. At this point in time, Rocker stood there in silence. I feel bad for getting lost in my own thoughts. I should probably capitalize on the time we have. When he was fading away, he mentioned a him. I assumed he meant Clace, but I just had to ask.
Oh no, not at all. It was somebody far more important. No offense to Clace, of course.
I shrug. I doubt he'd be hearing us in here. I listen intently and ask him to continue.
Well, it's kind of a long story.
Well, right now we have plenty of time.
I don't know if we have the time.
We're not moving, so I think we have time. For some reason, I think we have more than enough time. I tell him there's nothing to worry about. That is, unless he's too shy to continue.
No, it's not that I'm shy. Well, it's partially because I'm shy.
He rubs his arm nervously, looking at the floor. Whatever passes for flora in this place.
Would you promise not to repeat anything?
Of course.
I just feel like I should tell somebody. You might be the last person I see.
I have no reason to repeat anything. And oddly enough, what he said was true. I have no idea how or why I'm seeing him right now. After this, we may never see each other again.
This is probably gonna seem random. I mean, why would I just open up so fast? But the truth is, I don't even know why. There's something about this place. There's something about you as well. I just can't put my finger on it. I don't know if I'm really dead. This could just be the process of dying. In that case, I'm having flashbacks. I guess your life does flash before you. Even as boring and sad as it can be.
Hell yeah, right in the same boat as you.
My parents had so many kids. And of course, I was the last one born. By that time, I guess they stopped caring. Why would we need to raise Rocker? This mustn't be what they thought. They already raised 6 other children.
6 children, for the love of Arceus.
I guess they thought they did it enough. Their desire to raise another child waned. I was neglected for most of my youth. I guess it can make you more independent. But usually that's something you want. I don't even remember their voices. In fact, I remember the silent treatment. My dad would have his coffee in the morning, and he'd talk to everybody but me. I started to think they didn't want me. I thought that maybe they hated me. So I did what any kid would have done. I packed my bags and ran away from home. I thought it would be the best thing to do. Of course, we've all considered it before. I remember it rained that night. I was standing on a strange road. I was lost, completely alone. And they picked that moment to care. But the roads weren't meant for driving.
Oh. Oh, jeez.
A police car picked me up that night. I was told my parents got into an accident. I'm sure you can guess. They died.
Oh, jeez. I'm sorry, Rocker. I can't do his voice right now. But why did they pick that moment? They had years to show that they cared. Needless to say, I felt responsible, but my family blamed it on me too. None of my siblings took me into their care. Suddenly, nobody wanted me around. After that, it became government property. They had some programs that helped me. You know, keeping kids off the street. I was sent to the boarding school. I had to continue my education after all. The free food and shelter was nice too. But I was still depressed and everything. I entered my teenage years with resent. High school was a nightmare at first. That is, until I discovered music. I looked forward to school every single day. I don't know why, but it just calmed me. We tried all sorts of instruments, but I had an affinity for the guitar. The music teacher even took a liking to me. I was invited to class after hours. He said he wanted to teach me more. I didn't really have anything better to do. My grades drastically improved. I poured my heart and soul into the music. I found release from all of my stress. We became inseparable. Everyone thought it was weird. Why were a student and a teacher so close? But it didn't seem weird to me. Maybe I was in some sort of denial. Maybe I just wanted a real father figure. Someone to listen to and learn from. That can easily make all the difference. He helped me with all my problems, sometimes at the expense of his own. As you probably guessed, he isn't alive. Turns out music was his release too. After so many years of doing it, well, I guess it stopped helping him. He didn't show up for almost a week. was bad, so the police got involved. They found him dead in his home. Ah, jeez. He took his own life. I was devastated, completely lost, but I was too scared to run away. And after what happened last time, turns out he put me on his will. I guess he didn't have a family either. Maybe that's why we were able to relate. He left me one of his prized possessions, the bass guitar strapped to my back. That's why I believe what I do. People can live on in their belongings. They give them an eternal meaning. And I was glad that you agreed with me. It was a sentiment that was lost to the ages. Oh, because we agreed with him that mementos can carry... Oh, Rocker. But that's not all he gave me. Apparently, he had a lot in savings, so I got a sizable inheritance. Inherit fucking English. It was enough to go to any school I wanted. So when I graduated, I was off to college. But soon enough, I fell into a slump. Probably the same one he did. My grades started to go down the drain, and my musical career wouldn't take off. I played in some sketchy bars, but there was something I didn't know. At the same time, Singe saw talent. Him and my older teacher went way back. Singe tried to reach out to him, only to learn the truth of what happened. That, and who he left everything to. I remember the last time I played in a bar. I took note of a man sitting in the corner. He looked way too fancy to be a patron. It turns out, it was Singe. He came to see what I was all about. After the show, he offered me a job. I guess the student surpassed the teacher. But isn't that the way it usually is? I went to the dean at my college. I told her that I had to leave. I found my calling in the world of music. But she gave me a firm no. Not because she wouldn't let me go, but because she let me study while aboard. It seemed like everything was good again. My grades in school dramatically increased, and I gained fame as a talented guitarist. I can't speak. But to be honest, that's not what I liked. I got gratification from something else. I was finally part of a loving family. For the first time in my life, I was valued. Grades and fame have nothing on that. Seems like a happy ending, doesn't it? Boy, was I ever wrong. This family is getting torn apart too. Don't you dare start fading away. He starts to fade again. I reach out and try to grab him.
Hey, do me one favor, would you? Tell Shug I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been so hard on him. And make sure he never gives up. I know exactly what he's feeling right now. Help him stay strong with music.
And with that, Rocker is gone. Damn you, Rocker! You knew you were fading away. You knew. Damn it, I'm about... Why? Why? I feel like I'm about to cry now. Ah, jeez. My attempts to grab him were in vain, and soon enough, I feel that familiar rush of inertia. I guess Terra waited for me to finish with Rocker. I have no idea how to explain it, but I'm thankful. If Rocker wasn't really gone, perhaps I could save everyone else too. I enter Terra with a renewed hope. Leah's residence. So, you have a chat with Kaylin. I assume that everything went as planned?
Yes, Riley. He believes that I will set them free.
You bastard. Unless you're saying that to backstab Riley, then I agree with you. If you're not, fuck you, player.
In exchange for protection from you.
Excellent. The trap is sprung. I have to say, I'll relish in their deaths. Kaylin and Gaboo have been a major thorn. But it gets even better than that, Leah. Righty is on the route as we speak. Same goes for Indy and Conrad. All of the opposition in one place. It won't be too hard to take them out. You think I wanted you to get caught?
I'm sorry for that, Riley. The evidence just lined up. I see now that you only wanted to help. Today, all of my enemies will perish. You are a master strategist. I couldn't have done it without you. And to think, I had you all wrong. You'll actually save me in the end. I'm grateful to have you by my side.
And I'm grateful to serve. But we can't just stop at them. Your entire prison is full, remember?
Right. All of those immigrants, we must ensure none of them are freed. If they get out, they would testify. What would you advise? We can't have them talking.
I'm glad that you asked, and I've come up with a great solution.
Murder them all.
You're going to burn down the house. The flames will ensure that nobody talks. I'll move Kaylin's corpse to the front yard. It won't be hard to plant some evidence. Evidence that will frame King Vasquez. People will quickly desire his death, and this time he won't have any protection. Not from Righty or Indy and Conrad. When he is murdered, the throne is yours. You'll be king before a week is out.
I can't believe you planned all of this. Now I know why you were being so secretive. You couldn't have afforded any objections.
Precisely. It required some very careful planning. But everybody has a weakness of some sort. Righty has a weakness for Kaylin. Kaylin has a weakness for Gaboo. And that special earthling is in our cell. Well, that's Indy and Conrad's weakness. It doesn't take much to line everything up. So with that, there are no more obstacles. Why don't you join me for a drink? To the reign of our new king, Leah.
Yes, to the reign of our new king.
I'm still confused who's backstabbing who now. Jade stands in front of the conference room. Ooh, we haven't seen her in a while. She presses her hand up against the charred door.
So, this is where it happens. Look, why did they do this to you? I keep thinking, over and over, there has to be a reason for this. But I can't come up with anything. No, there's more at play here. This is above you, I can tell. You were just a victim of circumstance. We've all been there. But I'm not letting this go so easily. I want to know what's really at stake here. Taylor's expected to save worlds? That's what the masked voice says.
Jade? Oh, I didn't know you'd be here. She looked distraught at the sight of Keela.
Sorry, I suppose. You know me. Always near Rook. People say we're attached at the hip. But I guess that's going to change. Keela, do you know anything about this? Or are you just another helpless victim?
I don't really know anything. It was all a big surprise to me.
Did you hear what that voice said? It talked about saving worlds.
I did, and it was strange. A lot of what they said was nonsense.
Was it really, though? You know what the stakes were, Keela? Did they really have the time to lie to us?
They're a psychopath, Jade. To believe in that, you'd have to be one.
Right. I'll drop it. Sorry. But I still want to know why they did this. I want to know why they picked you two. There must be a logical reason behind that. Something more illogical than saving worlds.
I don't know, Jade. We're dealing with a serial killer. They're unpredictable, beyond reason. We should probably focus on ourselves. More important than dwelling on the past.
I can't just drop it so easily, though. There are things I need to know. Like, why did Taylor pick you?
Because he took me to a maid cafe. I'm sorry. He was more of a friend to me than Rook. I'm sorry, okay? I would have saved them both if I could. I don't know, Jade. I don't even know if Taylor knows. No one should be put in that situation. If it were me, I'd be put on autopilot. I'd lock up, unsure of what to do. I'm willing to bet it was the same. I don't think it goes much deeper. Not an issue or preference, that's for sure. It was either Rook or all of us.
Or it could have been you or all of us, too. I think that's what Jade 1 did. I don't know.
I'm sorry. That was insensitive. I didn't mean for it to come out like that. What I meant to say was...
It's okay, Kila. You speak the truth. I have to face it one way or another. His death gave all of us our lives.
Yeah, so we shouldn't waste it. We're the deeper meaning here, Jade. We determine the worth of his sacrifice. And we do it by sulking around? Of course not. He'd hate us. We had to be proactive and stay alive.
You're right. This is in our hands. Any idea what we should do then?
That's where I have some good news. I spent the last couple hours with Acheron. He's finally putting things into motion.
Really? Like what?
He's talking to Cinch right now. Jade, we're finally leaving the building. We'll be free of this convention center.
But is that really the best option? I don't know.
My vision slowly returns, along with my sense of touch.
Have I really been in a prison cell this whole time? Well, my body. Not me, but you know what I mean. I'm greeted to a damp floor beneath me. My hands rest in a puddle of moisture, and I shiver. Much colder than when I returned to the hotel room. Did I pee myself? Someone put my hand in moisture, either that or I just slobbered a lot. Did I pee myself? I like that sound. My first question when I wake up. Did I pee myself? I concentrate, trying to remember what happened. And that's when the unpleasant memories assault me. Attacked by the servant of Lord Plier. He must have taken me here after he choked me unconscious. But where am I exactly? That's what confuses me. As I try to remember, I bring myself to my knees. I brace myself on a nearby wall for support. I don't think I'm a prisoner, as I'm not chained up. I look around frantically. My stomach growls. Wherever I am, there's definitely a shortage of food. After a few moments pass, I bring myself to my feet. It took a little while to gather the strength. I make my way to the door of the cell. Of course it's locked. Why wouldn't it be? The hope that existed for a moment is quickly shattered. I grip the bars, as if by instinct. I will break these bars with my mind! No. That hurt. A moment later, I see something in the corner of my eye. A shadow slowly walks across my field of vision. I back away. I don't want them to notice me. My only assumption is that this is some sort of guard. I can see them turn around and make their way back. But suddenly, something intercepts their path. Yahoo! I see the shapely silhouette of a woman. Hey, it's the Fox Lady. I don't know her name. Upon seeing them, the guard calls out in shock. It's very apparent that she's not supposed to be here. But she knows this as well, and takes action. A swift and silenced punch to the throat silences him. Ugh, that had to hurt. He gasps for air and falls to the ground, helpless. I hate it when they go down so easy. It's no fun without a fight. The guard tries crawling away, fearing for his life, but she crouches down and pushes his face into the dirt. So, do you have any last words? Something that could change my mind? I'm not all about killing, you know. I watch the guard squirm and attempt to speak, but it's quite clear she's mocking him. She pulls out a blade and quickly slits his throat. Ew. Okay. Unnecessary, probably. You could have just put him unconscious and threw him in one of these cells. But okay. The floor becomes stained with a fountain of blood. I hope that you find peace in death. At this point, my back is against the wall. I see her fiddle with his pocket and find some keys. After inspecting them closely, she turns to me. What are you doing all the way back there?
Do you not want to get out or something? Come a little closer. Let me see that pretty face of yours.
After a brief pause, she looks back at the guard.
Oh, don't worry. You're not gonna end up like him. I'm being paid handsomely to keep you alive.
She fiddles with the lock, and I become more relaxed. Next minute,
You liar.
just a quick and simple death. After a few moments pass, the cell door swings open. Hey, I knew it.
Gosh, there's so much blood. And people wonder why I wear red.
I do say you look dashing in red. I can't deny that.
Get up, love. You're coming with me.
She smiles at me and helps me get on my feet. But this is all too confusing to take in stride.
What? Is something wrong? Don't get cold feet, dear. Not when we're so close to the end.
I'm not scared. Not at all. I'm a big boy. Just very confused. I have no idea who she is or who's paying her. I decided that these are all good questions to open with.
Well, you can call me Sam, but your other question has a longer answer. So let's move. I hate wasting time.
She immediately runs off, expecting me to follow. I guess I didn't have a choice in the matter. I just have to hope she was forthcoming with the rest. So I follow her in search of answers. And freedom! I find it a little annoying, personally to me, that I can't keep the same voice for each person. There are just so many people, it's hard for me to know who each person has with what voice. Ugh, that made sense. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now, just keep reading. The first thing I notice is more cell doors. Like we're in some sort of prison block. Could this really be Lord Plierre's residence? I notice Sam isn't too far away, so I inch towards her.
Took you long enough? It's not like our lives are on the line.
She crosses her arms and taps her foot. I'm sorry, madam, I'm sorry. Your dashing looks is just stop me in my tracks. You're ravishing, I couldn't deny it, I'm sorry. Excuse me for not giving her my unconditional trust. There are some questions I'd like to have answered.
I already told you my name is Sam. Just stick to my side and you won't die. I'm being paid to keep you alive, remember? We can part ways when I deliver you. Trust me, I'm not going to enjoy this either. But I couldn't turn down a bonus like that.
That was one of my main questions, actually. Who is paying her to secure my safety? And did she end up rescuing Kaylin from these cells?
Sorry, Kaylin was nowhere to be found. And you mean you don't know who paid me? You must be more oblivious than I thought. Does that name Righty ring a bell? He gave me quite the generous offer. Normally I would refuse, but not this time. I got offers from other people as well. Indy and Conrad, their names were. You seem quite popular on Terra, Taylor. But money talks, and they were too quiet. I had to take Righty's offer in the end. I'm told that you two go back a little bit.
So, I guess Righty went through his attack. But I guess it's easier to do with a team. I take this as confirmation that we're in Plierre's home.
Yes, he shouldn't be too far away. When I deliver you to him, I'm out of here. I'll be set for life after all of this.
She gestures broadly at the open cell doors.
I have no idea why he held prisoners, but Righty has paid a bonus for their lives. It won't be long before they expose Plierre.
After moments of walking, we reach a large door. I can only assume that this is the exit.
Righty should just be out this door. Sadly, I can't get involved any further. I'll find a way out of somewhere else. But trust me, we'll meet again. Maybe we can have some more fun, dearie.
Ooh, really now? Oh. Sam runs off, brushing my shoulder on the way out. I am left alone, with a large door in front of me. Could I trust her? What if this was a trap? I look behind me. She's already gone. I guess I don't have any other option. I open the door and hope that Righty awaits me. I immediately notice how large this cellar is. Claire and Riley have a massive operation at play. It's wet and humid down here, not cared for. I take a few steps forward and scan the area. Didn't Sam say that Righty would be here? I look everywhere, but I can't find him at all. Next thing you know, turn around and he's just right there, just towering me, like, hey,
Hey.
Hello, righty. And just like the seller, he pops up behind me. Hey, I called it! I called it! Was he towering behind me, just like, hey. He doesn't scare me as much, but my heart still pounds. I don't think he could have picked the worst time.
Oh, I frightened you. I'm sorry. I'm trying to tread lightly here.
He looks behind me, as if expecting to see someone.
Was Keela back there by chance? He disappeared around the same time as you.
I let him know that Kilo is back on Earth. He experienced a traumatic event as well. He shouldn't expect Kilo to come back to Terra.
He left Terra. But that's impossible. Our connection isn't open that way.
I emphasize that I'm telling the truth. I have no reason to lie to him after all. Before waking up, I was back on Earth as well.
You went back too?
I nod.
I don't get it. That's impossible. Would explain the king's interest in you. Perhaps there is more to you, Taylor.
He crosses his arms, losing himself in thought.
You must have seen Sam, right? I hired her to help me out today. She was supposed to rescue any prisoners, but there were just so many. I didn't know Pleer was capable of this. His hatred truly knows no bounds.
Sam saved me before she left the manor, yeah. And I should probably tell Riley the truth. It isn't Lord Pleer behind this. It's Riley. At least, he's been the one pulling the strings. But before I can, we hear a crashing noise. It sounds like it's coming from upstairs. I look to Riley and ask what we should do.
We need to investigate. I think Pleer already has Kaylin. He wasn't in any of the cells.
Just like Sam mentioned. That worries me.
We can do this, Taylor. Together, we're going to expose the king.
He hands me a sword. I don't know what to do with it. I really hope he wasn't expecting me to fight. The art of swordplay has been lost on Earth. Before I can say anything else, he runs off. I follow him to the best of my ability, and it isn't very long until we get upstairs. I'm baffled by how large this place really is. It is stunning counterpart to the Wayford Tavern, and for that matter, the society I saw before. Is this really what the upper class was like here? Oh my Arcus, it's beautiful. Calling it a mansion would be an understatement. It's a vertically labyrinth and showcase of wealth. We turn corners until we arrive at a large atrium. I assume that we're tracking down the noise we heard. Hey! Why are you here? Oh shit, you're here. That means, they're assassins. Righty, help me! And sure enough, it's Indy and Conrad. They immediately turn to us, drawing their weapons.
Righty! Hand over the savior! I don't want to fight you today!
I'm afraid I can't do that. We're here to rescue Kaylin. After today, Vasquez is exposed.
You just won't give up, will you? There's nothing you need to expose.
Indy draws his dagger and lunges toward Righty. Righty quickly weaves to the side and punches his gut. Indy stumbles backward, winded. A lucky hit.
You need to stop being so blind. The king wanted Kaylin imprisoned, and if I don't save him, he'll die.
I thought Kaylin was a girl. I'm not gonna even try.
Lord Pleer's a relentless killer. There's no way Kaylin would escape.
Righty draws his axe and holds it forward.
Help me take down Pleer and rescue Kaylin. If you don't, then you're our enemy.
What do you mean, our enemy? The savior's on our side, you know.
Indy takes a fighting stance, looking at me. About that. Righty, you can protect me, right? 2 against 1, you can do it, right? Right?
It's not true, Indy. Taylor chose to side with me yesterday. Even he saw through Vasquez's facade.
Spouting lies as usual. You'll do anything to get your way, but not this time, Righty.
He lunges toward Righty once again, but this time I take action. I jump in the way and hold out my sword. Indy stops in his tracks, dangerously close. Oh, I'm fucked. This is it. I'm gonna die here. And also, I think Conrad had a crush on me too. This is awkward.
Don't tell me it's true. We went through so much for you.
I tell Indy he's overthinking things. Siding with Righty was safer than rushing to the king. I had no idea what he wanted with me, and it was scary. But rescuing Kaylin would reveal the king's intent. If the king was truly evil, I'd stay away. But if he wasn't, then we could venture to him safely. Saving Kaylin was more like flipping a coin to me. Better than rushing in against unfathomable odds. I came from another world, and I couldn't be sure. I needed to know Vasquez's true nature first. If our situations were reversed, he'd do the same. This seems like a good enough explanation for him. He sheathes his dagger and assumes a neutral stance.
Very well. I trust you. But we don't have time to rescue Kaylin.
Like hell you don't. Taking down Blair is what you need. Helping me will accomplish that too.
This is where I decided to tell him the truth. Lord Pierre wasn't behind all this. It was Riley. He played the role of an advisor and controlled him.
What?
Are you serious?
But we saw the bloody rags. We know Lord Pierre attacked you. That's why we came here to begin with.
Before I can continue, we hear a noise upstairs. As if on cue, Riley enters the scene.
I'm surprised you didn't see it, Indy.
You worked with fake evidence all the time. But let's get things moving, shall we? I'm tired of your endless bickering. He turns around and grabs something from behind him. Or wait, he grabbed someone from behind him. Indy and Riley immediately take a fighting stance. This must be Kaylin.
You can't put aside your differences, not even when lives are on the line.
Kaylin spurs in his grip, clearly overpowered. Riley holds him still and places a knife to his throat. Don't you fucking dare.
You all think that you've won, but you couldn't be more wrong. Soon, this entire building will burn. There won't be any proof left behind, and I'll hunt down the prisoners you saved just as soon as I slit Kaylin's throat.
Kill you.
But not here. I have plan. Come and chat with me and Lord Pierre. One last chance to resolve things. No matter what, there will be death. And the outcome will decide our election. Today, the throne will be secured.
He slowly backs out of the room, holding his hostage. I look at everyone beside me, not sure what to do.
So it's true.
He really is the one behind this.
They both look at me.
Thank you for telling us the truth.
Yeah, otherwise we might have killed Pierre.
I shrug and tell them it's not relevant anymore. No matter who's in charge, we have a decision to make.
Should we go after Riley?
Or is it some kind of trap?
They both cross their arms and ponder in unison. I notice that Conrad is staying out of this. My name is Jeff. Are they working together? I never thought I'd see that.
We have to play the odds, Indy.
What do you mean?
We can follow after Riley. If we do, there's a chance Kaylin will live. But if we assume it's a trap and leave, well, Kaylin will die for sure.
If I do this, will you hand me the savior? Is that how much Kaylin means to you?
Righty, I wouldn't trust them. They're assassins. They know how to backstab people, literally and metaphorically. They most likely will kill me for betraying them and going to you. Please don't. Righty pauses and looks at me. It's odd how Indy didn't even ask for my opinion.
You ask too much of me, Indy. Taylor chose to come with me freely.
Righty, you're making a mistake. The fate of Terra is still at stake here. That's far more than the fate of Kaylin. Please, let the savior come with me. This will save both Kaylin and Terra. Saving Kaylin is useless on its own. I will help you if you give the savior to me. Otherwise, I will take them by force. This will kill you and Kaylin.
Indy returns to a fighting stance. Son of a bitch, I thought you were on our side. Do I truly mean that much to him and Conrad? Conrad does have a crush on me, I think, so.
Indy, you know what I do for a living. I protect the lives of others. To that end, You have me at an impasse. If I fight, you too would be killed. Then, you take the savior away. This would leave Kaylin to his doom. But if I give you the savior, everybody has a chance to live. You should become a politician, you know? You're great at screwing people up.
Politicians in a nutshell. Good job, Righty.
Making them go against their values.
Indy changes the subject, choosing not to respond. I feel like I'm just some sort of commodity now. But to be honest, anywhere is safer than here. So if saving everyone means leaving Righty, that's okay. And dying myself, that's okay.
A temporary alliance, then.
A temporary alliance.
They shake hands, but both parties seem hesitant, as if physical contact between them is uncomfortable.
We tried working together once, Righty. Let's hope it ends up better this time.
So just like that, I'm back with Indy and Conrad. I can't say I'm surprised. After all, the mission I sided with Righty for would be completed, Kaylin would be freed, and I know Vasquez's intent. If his intent was evil, Kaylin would testify. But if it wasn't, then I gladly helped him. It seems like all the bases are finally covered. They start walking up the stairs, full of purpose. I turn to Conrad, who still seems to be processing this. So what? I'm the third wheel now? They could have picked a better time. He growls before he follows suit. Soon enough, we're all ascending the stairs. Don't worry, Conrad, if anything, I'm the fourth wheel. That made sense. We reach the top, and we notice the door is open. We all stare at each other, exchanging reassuring nods. In this moment, we were united. Our goal was clear. And with that resolve, we venture forward. And that's where I'm going to end off the episode. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you on the next one. Hasta la vista, baby.